Mr. Ahmed's got a lovely shop. He's in the ship parade, by the way, Mr. Ahmed. He's proud of his shop. It's not that great, but I'd never tell him. He's got a terrible card selection, and I know because I've used it to get out of jail a few times. Because as we know, there's a group of people in the world who believe the giving and receiving of cards is very, 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 very important. And they're called women. Don't they love a card? Fuck. My wife got someone a card the other day because they'd had their kitchen finished. Now, there are a lot of dates to remember for a man, and it's quite confusing and quite stressful. Anniversaries are tough, aren't they? Certainly if they fall on a weekday. You keep telling yourself all day long, I'm going to get that card later, I'm going to get that card later, I'm definitely going to get that card later. And if you're a decent man, you go to the card shop. You don't go to the newsagents, you go to the card shop. You ever seen a man in a card shop? You'll never see a more lost, confused individual in your life, a more desperate, lost, just staring at these cards. Fucking hell. Look at all these cards, man. There's not this many occasions, is there? The woman says, "Can I help you, sir? I've got to get a card." It's for my wife, it's our anniversary, you know. Yes, they're over there, sir. Thank you. Thanks. You get the card and you take, "Can I buy this card, please?" "Yes, if you've got £13, sir, you can buy it." "Oh, thank you." "Should I bend over here or in the stock room?" "Thank you." You keep telling yourself all day long, "I'm going to get that card, I'm going to get that card." And then you get home about 6:30, don't you? You go to put the key in the door and you're like, "Ah, help, help!" Fucking forgot a card. All the blood drains from you. There's a whooshing sound in your ears. You think, "I'm going to go, I'm going to go." Think, Micky, think. Mr. Ahmed's. And I go running down the street. And as I come in, he puts a bottle of vodka on the side. I say, "Not now, Mr. Ahmed. I'm proper under pressure, mate. Not now." I've now got to pick a card out of his pitiful selection here. It's pitiful. There's a bunch of violets. Who the fuck buys violets on the card? Polar bears. Polar bears can help. Polar bears in sunglasses. That could do it. Let's have a little read of this. "I think you're cool." Well, that ain't gonna do it. It's not my name. Then you see it. A vintage car. Somewhere in the recesses of your mind, you convince yourself, "I'm sure she loves a vintage car. I'm sure when we first met, she told me she loves a vintage motor. That'll do for me." I go to Mr. Ahmed, I say, "Give me a pen, Mr. Ahmed, let me write a nice message. You're my favourite ride." Fold it down, stick it down. Right, fine, job done. Go in the kitchen. Go, "There you go, babe. That's from me to you." She's beaming! And she opens the card and suddenly her face has gone. She's worked out this is a forgot to get the card. The tenner flutters to the floor. Come on, everyone loves a tenner in a card, come on. I've upset her now. If I upset my wife, she goes and gets in her little upset rowing boat and she rows away from Love Island, leaving me on the shore. I say, "Come back, babe. Let's talk. I can't even look at you at the moment. I can't even look at you." The dog's next to me like that. Fuck her. What a performance, eh? Car, blimey. It's not like you forgot, is it? She didn't take the treats, did she? She said the treats. And I have to say, I've given my wife a little mention. I know that, like, she gets mentioned in this show a lot, but I cannot reassure you enough that we are very, very much in love. She is as happy as a pig in shit with me. She is. I can show you the Barclaycard statements if you really need to see how cheerful it's made her. And which is the first girl who I've sort of met who it's got better and better with, because I've had a lot of disasters. Nothing to do with me, obviously. And I've had them end for bizarre reasons, because I've been out with all types of women. I went out with a girl once, not my normal cup of tea. She was really spaced out, man. She was into numerology and astrology. She believed she was a witch. She had energies flowing through her. She could heal people. Do you know why she blew me out? I got a little bit of spunk on her dream catcher. Little tiny bit. Isn't it mad, isn't it? And I nearly blew it at my wife right early doors. Do you want to hear the story? I nearly blew it at my wife in the first year. Ooh, nah, it involves the events of 9/11. Strap in, strap in. Now, I know 9/11 was a terrible day in human history. Tragic beyond belief. Tragic, tragic, tragic. However, 9/11 did get me out of the doghouse. Hear me out. Hear me out. My wife and I met in the year 2000, fairly late in the year. Like I said, we went off on the little Greek holiday. We had a bit of a deal-breaker moment there when I changed into a pair of Speedos and a bum bag. She said she wobbled. Thank God I'd lost my vest that said posing till closing on it. Iron Apple, 1990. Yeah, we ruled that square. We got back and I sat her down. I said, listen, sister, you're my cup of tea. I said, I think we should put this to the test. I think you should move in. She moved in. I was still a very independent man at that stage in my life, still able to make my own decisions, still able to buy a pair of shoes without sending her a photograph first. That's always a tough moment in the shop, isn't it? The little assistant looks at you. Do you like them, sir? I don't know yet. I'll let you know in a minute. No. I'm having a crisis, apparently. Nobody wears green cowboy boots anymore. Sort yourself out. I said, you might as well know how my life unfolds, sister, and I'll tell you straight off the top. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, I go and do the stand-up comedy. I said, but Mondays I go a bit fucking mental, I do. I go proper mental. I said, we have a Monday club, me and the lads. Christ knows how I end up most Mondays. So she said, fair enough, if that's how you live your life. I said, but I'll tell you what, seeing as you just moved in this week, I'll be home this Monday with a nice bottle of wine and a takeaway for you. She said, you are the best thing that ever happened to me. I said, I know, stop crying. I went out with every intention of going home, every intention of going home. But then I got the flavour, the dreaded flavour! All I had to do was phone him and said, look, I know I'll be home about 7:30. I said that, but that's not going to happen, babe. I've got the flavour. I ain't coming home. I'll make it up to you later in the week. And that would have been the job done. But no, I didn't do that. Because I'm a man, and I'm an arsehole, and I'm a coward. So I phoned her. I said, babe, I said I'll be home about 7:30. I reckon we're looking nearer 8:30. She said, all right, but I have got the plates out. And I am hungry. I said, all right, I won't let you down. 8:30 rolled round and I thought, I ain't going home. But I won't phone her and irritate her. In my head, I reinvented her as the most reasonable woman in the world. Sitting there going, oh, 8:30, he's still not in. He must be having a lovely time. Never mind, I'll make myself a sandwich. And I'll make him one and all. And I'll leave him a little note. You had a lovely time, didn't ya? But never came home. Here's a sandwich. Please feel free to give me a nudge if you fancy a bit of the other. That is not what happened. At about 9 o'clock, my phone went, and the abuse I received was so intense and profound, every other man in the pub could feel it. Men were turning to each other. Someone's getting a coating in here, I can feel it. I don't like it. Someone's getting a coating. Who's him over there? I put my phone back in my pocket. I'd gone rather ashen. My mate looked at me. He said, what's the matter with you? I said, she's gone right the other way. My mate went, Mick, I'm going to tell you something for nothing now. You go running home, the rest of your life will be a misery. All the other divorcees started joining in. I said, oh mate, you're right, get another drink in. When I'm about 1 o'clock in the morning, down I fell on the bed, pissed. She said, is this how it's going to be, living with you? I said, I don't know, it's called a U-shape up, I suppose. Only the way you spoke to me tonight was appalling. I woke up about 7 in the morning. There's some banging and crashing going on outside, if you don't mind me saying. I'm still pissed. I shouted out, keep it down out there. What's the matter with you? Where's your civility? The door slammed and she went to work. I woke up about 1:30. I'm in bits now and hungover, guilty. I had a little look in the mirror at myself, had a little look in the mirror. Is this it? You want to fuck this one up or not? You want to be on your own the rest of your life? Old man in the park stinking of piss with a little dog. Is that the man you want to be? Well, you're going the right way about it, ain't you, baby? Like a right fucking idiot. Oh, I'm not talking to you anymore. I went and put the kettle on in a crisis, made myself a cup of tea. I slunk down on the settee. I was a broken man, so deep in the doghouse I may never re-emerge. I flicked the telly on. 9/11's kicked off. I thought, ha-ha, there's hope. This will take the edge off of it. This will take the dairy off, as they say. When the second plane went in, I said, Micky, you're out of jail, son. You are out of jail. At the height of the carnage, I called her in work on the phone. I said, hello, babe. All right? You seen what's going on? She said, yeah, we're all watching it on the telly and work. I said, yeah. Puts everything in perspective though, babe, doesn't it, eh? She said, I'm coming home early. Me and you are going to have that bottle of wine and that takeaway. I put the phone down. I was back in the game, wasn't I? So right, that's the money. Put that to one side. Put that to one side. Right? I'm a celeb now. I didn't want to be a celeb. What sort of a maniac wants to be a celeb? I know I'm a celeb because they keep phoning me up. Do I want to go on this show, that show? They said to me, would I like to go on Strictly? I said, oh, come on, but only if we can have an ecstasy night. Everybody's got a double drop. Don't fuck about. Actually, don't double drop at the moment. The pills are getting proper powerful. So I am a celeb. It's very strange being a celeb. You're normally pushed with other celebrities. You have to spend time with them. I try and avoid it. If you bring out a DVD, you have to do what they call the sofas. This is where you go on these shows and on these chat shows, like the Graham Norton show. Yeah, we love Graham. He's a lovely human being, Graham. Great guy. But you're there, basically. What they have is they've got Graham, then you've got 3 really fucking boring Americans. And you're put on the end to save the day, basically. In case Tom Hanks is having a bad one. Yeah. I hate doing them, but you do them. You've got to bring the dough in, right? So, the only time I really wanted to do it when I heard I was going to be on with Sir Cliff Richard. I thought, Sir Cliff, yeah, I'm going to get to meet Sir Cliff. I was really excited. I'm backstage, I'm backstage, I'm all nervous. Cliff's here. He's like, I like small speakers, I like tall speakers. If there's music, the wire for sound. He wasn't, I just like doing that bit, right? I'm a normal human being. I wanted to try and get his attention. I kept turning to him. I'm like... I wanted to try and engage him. In the end, to break the ice, I turned to him. I said, Cliff, where did you go on that summer holiday in the end? Nothing. He just walked on. And he's a Christian. He's supposed to be a good man. We love Cliff. He's the last of the mysteries, isn't he, Cliff? The last of the mysteries. How he is, isn't he? Come on, I'm just saying. It's a mystery still. I find it odd that a man wouldn't just tell it like it is. If I woke up tomorrow morning and thought, I might fancy a bit of cock, tell you people, double lively as well. Probably announce it on the One Show. So Micky, you got a new DVD coming out this Christmas, are there? Yes, I have, and I really like cock at the moment. Would be nice, make me more interesting, wouldn't it? Because everyone's interesting now, aren't they? Everyone's bipolar. Transgender. Oh, I've got an intolerance, I've got an allergy, I've got a syndrome, I'm so fucking interesting. I'm just a bloke. Beer and pussy, sorry I'm not more interesting. Sorry I'm not a bit more interesting. Right. So, I never know what to say to celebrities. This is what I said to Cliff, paled into insignificance when I was sent to America, right, to do the 50th anniversary Amnesty International Gala show. It's an American night, really. All the septics are back there, all the main septic tanks are there. You've got Sarah Silverman, Paul Rudd's here. I'm sitting here with Ben Stiller. Ooh. Me and Ben having a chatette backstage. Who should come out the shadows? None other than Liam Neeson. Came out, he was like this. This is how he walks now. Right. He's always trying to catch people, isn't it? So he came out, he was proper, and just come out the shadows. I'm sitting here, empty chair next to me. He said, can I sat here? I said, no, it's taken. Hey. Straight out the park. He didn't laugh, he just fucked off. We've got to talk about me dog before we move on. I never got the dog thing. I used to see people with dogs and think, what you got a dog for? You mental? And then I went and got a dog for my son, a little cockapoo, right? Yeah, and I brought her home, and I'd seen these shows where they tell the dog off all the time. I said to my son, see this dog? It don't beg at the table, it don't bark at the door, it don't go upstairs, all right? Cut to 2 years later, the dog now sleeps in bed with me. On my pillow. And I wake up about 2 or 3 in the morning, the breath's a bit sharp. So I think I'll push her down the bed. And she's just staring at me like that, proper staring at me. I think what she's trying to say to me is, why don't we fuck her off? Now that we've found each other, do we really need Miss No Treats back there? So when Dad says, I looked at my wife and said, babe, physically, emotionally, spiritually, I feel like I need a year off to process what's happened to me. She said, no fucking way, Jose. I ain't having you wrap around me for a year. I'll end up knifing you or putting glass in your food, it'll end up in tears. She said. But then she got proper serious on me. The finger came out, the loaded finger. She said, you listen to me! All human beings need plans, structure, routines, arrangements. It'll end up a disaster. You'll be down the pub every day, you'll be back on the Charlie. She said, no fucking... Proper coming at me powerful. Right. I'm on the ropes, I'm backing off. I'm like Ali and Fraser, I'm rope-a-dope, I'm back, right. I thought, I've got to fight back, Micky. So I came back, right, this is what I said to her, right. Strap in, because this is proper. This is me acting, by the way. Any acting, sort of casting directors in, anyone to do with the movie industry, this is what you can get, right? You put me in the right place. I said, I tell you what, we're not even discussing it anymore. It's happening. Get used to it. But most of all, fucking get over it. And then I ran out the door. I sent her a bunch of flowers and bought her a Mini Cooper. Good evening, people of London town and surrounding areas. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. While the last few people drift in, I'll tell you how the show's going to go, because you've normally got a miserable fucker with you, haven't you? Yeah, there he is. Someone who's been saying all the way here, oh, what time's it start? Oh, what time's it finish? Can you take your drinks in? Can you take your drinks in? For that miserable fucker, this is how the show's gonna go. Now, normally at these shows, the main act has a support fella. He comes out at the beginning, he's normally young and trendy and hip. He's got a smart haircut. He goes, hi! You can follow me on Twitter. Hashtag laugh a lot. Does anyone know what that means? People say it to me all the time now. Hashtag this, hashtag that. I say apostrophe, fuck off, mate, will you? Drive someone else mad. Now that fella normally does about half an hour, then have an interval, and then the main act comes out. Now I don't do that, I do this bit myself. Fluff you up a bit. Now I'm from the UK, and we do a few things properly in the UK. Skiving. Yes, madam, I'm sure you do. Fucking up people's DVDs being one of them. No. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. You're just joining in, but it's only cost about £250,000. We do everything well, madam, don't we? What do you do really well? Because we're all dying to know. According to your boyfriend, not a lot. Your husband, oh, well done. He's sitting there like that, the old man, It's like he's been here a million times before. It was like this when she told Barry Manilow he had a big nose. Very awkward. You're very close. Don't worry about me picking on you. I'm not even you with your grandad top on there. There you go.
Have you got a canal boat? Not you, I ain't got a wonky eye, I'm talking to him. I'll get him all full of himself. Me, you talking to me? No, you look all right, you're all right. You look a bit uptight, you look like you're about to shit and stamp in it. Someone upset you. She dug you out on the way here. You're not fucking wearing that, are you? Look like you're in the fucking S&M. You've got a tattoo there. Can you mind if I look at see your tattoo just very quickly? You've just gone for the one arm. You're not going to balance it up because it's irritating me a little bit, to be honest with you. If you'd have come a little way down each arm, I could see that. But just to do the one, you're a bit out of whack. Is it for interviews, like, you're sort of going like that? Yeah, I like insurance. That's all I've ever wanted to do. When you go down the pub. Been to Thailand, Flanagan, right? What are you up to this year? You doing anything?
No.
No? You going away anywhere?
No.
No? Nothing?
No.
I'm not a big fan of travelling. It's not my thing. I'm not really keen on it. I mean, the city break. Does it exist, the city break? Is it a real thing, the city break? You leave the city where you know where things are, how much things cost, what's going on. Or you go to a city where you have none of this information. It's supposed to be a break. I went to Prague last year with the wife. She said after 2 days, "Are you enjoying yourself?" I said, "Yeah. I've just paid 15 quid for 2 coffees." But never mind, at least I've got that bridge to walk over again. To get to the old town. It's been very, very nice. Yes, proper. Keep your drugs in your pocket for the next hour. I know it's a bit sunny out there and you're, I'll go and see Micky Flanagan and I'll call it on after. Oh, bollocks.
And if you're with someone slightly older, don't be upset on their behalf. All old people are so polite and civil. He's swearing, he's ruining the night. You know, a lot of old people are lovely. Some of them are fucking horrible, all right? I met a couple a little while ago. Oh, as you can imagine, I stay in nice hotels. Oh, proper, what they call over-service. They follow you around. I have to say to them, "Will you fuck off?" Well, I eat these sausages. Bit harsh, but you know that, they drive you mad. Anyway, I'm staying in this very, very nice hotel. I came out of my room and 2 old girls came out at exactly the same time. Proper old they were proper old. They weren't elderly, they were ancient. And they weren't justified either, right? They came out and I came out. I'm a reasonable man and I'm a good man. So it was one of those corridors with loads of swing doors all the way down it. So I thought I'll do the right thing. I got to the first set of swing doors and I held them open. And they came through. Nothing. Okay. I'll give you another chance, ladies. I got to the next set of swing doors. They came through again. Nothing. Okay, I see. Okay. So I got to the lift doors and I held them open. And they came round the corner. Oh, they were all pleased. I'm holding the doors open. They were all... As they got to the doors, I shut them. And just as they were closing, I went through the gap. Slags. This rudeness has got to stop. Oh, well, it was spot on. That had a vert on that one. So I was on a bit of a downer, right? I was on a bit of a downer about my appearance, you know. But then something happened to turn this all around. My old man phoned me up, right? He's on his own now, so he phoned me up. He said, son, I want to go on holiday. I said, oh, Dad, don't go on holiday on your own, because you don't talk to no one, do you? There's a reason he won't talk to anyone, in case they're a copper. He was a bit of a villain in the 70s and 80s, and he thinks they're still after him, you know. We were having a cup of tea the other day in the Roman Road. A very nice man came in. He said, hello, Jim. My old man's like, fuck that. But when he left, I said, don't talk to people like that. He said, I reckon he's filth. I said, filth? He's about 100 years old. He said, they're never off duty, they never retire. You've got a bit soft working in the arts, you're half a fucking pansy, I reckon. Right. I said, don't go on your own, I'll come with you. He said, you can't come with me, I'm going Saga, all inclusive. I phoned up the Saga people, I can go. They start at 50. Bosh, I'm in. So we went on a Saga holiday, and I made a discovery. If you're starting to worry about your appearance, go on a Saga holiday in your 50s. You are a fucking stunner again, don't worry about that. You start using the stairs, it blows their mind. Oh, look at him using the stairs, the dirty bastard, no doubt. Oh, look at him. Ooh. I don't know if you've heard of the Saga louts. Basically, they're a British phenomenon. They're all these old people who've made a few quid. They go away early January, late June, get out of the bad weather, all inclusive. They have a right party. The ballrooms are right laugh. At about 12 o'clock, it fills up with old people because they won't go outside the hotel. Suddenly, the shutters go up on the bar. It's like a thriller video. 200 old people try and get to the bar first. It's chaos. Oh, blue badge, let me through! All their hips are going. The shaky arms are going, the old shaky arm. Get that boy, mobility scooters are cutting people up. Zimmer frames are flying through the air. They all have a few shandies, couple of metaxas. It's buzzing round the pool. I'm there on my own, so I can do what I like. I went and got myself a nice tight pair of trunks. They weren't Speedos, but they were in the family. Put my nice tight trunks on. Slathered myself in amber Solaire. Right. I'm going to go down and impress the birds round the pool. Right. About 1:30, 2 o'clock, I'm walking around the pool. It's buzzing. I can hear all the birds. Oh, look. Poldark's down. Poldark's down. Poldark's by the pool. I'm voguing, right? I'm voguing. It's the term I think the kids use. Bo, bo, bo. To impress the girls, right? Summer of 1974, York swimming baths, 6 weeks holidays, taught myself to do a handstand dive. I've never forgot how to do it. It's always there should I need to impress the birds. They're all looking over. Bosh, right here, let's go. Bosh, I'm up, right, full handstand. All the birds are looking over, they're buzzing, right. Hold it for about 10 seconds. I'm going to plunge in and do a nice whip underneath, nice and slow, get the tension going. Go nice and slow. All the birds, oh, he's not come up, Poldark's not come up. Oh, no. He ain't drowning down there, is he? Oh, Poldark's not come up. The final moment when the tension's at its highest, I burst out the water like the old Spice advert. The mark of a man. The mark of a man. I twist in the air, land on one buttock. There's two 70-year-old salts sitting there, proper salt. I just flick them with a bit of cold water. Give them the eyes. And they both look at me and went, slag. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been absolutely lovely. Thank you very much for coming to the show. Now, I've been to Southend, right, for a little while, been looking about, and I've noticed, right, that you have not got a shortage of the chicken children. They're thick and fast round here, right?
Now, I don't want this to be interpreted as I'm having a go at these kids. I think they're lovely. But their devotion to chicken, I find rather bizarre. Everywhere you see chicken, you see the British teenager walking around. Come on, man, this ain't about my chicken cottage. It'll be mental. And they come at you from the side, the chicken children. Twist it up, man. Dragging their leg along. Trousers falling down. They've got the crazy haircut coming forward. Yeah. Look upon me Bobby Charlton haircut here, right? Sometimes you fancy chicken. I'm going in for the chicken. And they gather up. It's like a thriller video. They come towards you. All spotty. They put their cap on and their hood up for maximum fear factor. They come towards you. They say, what's happening? What is happening? They're obsessed with what's happening. The reason they're so obsessed with what's happening, they can't fucking see where they're going. Come on, man. Come on.
Now, I know then, when I mentioned having a cleaner, I lost a lot of you, because you're like, oh, I see. Claim you're one of us, but you got a cleaner, have you? Now, I found it hard getting a cleaner. I've had sisters who were cleaners. It's hard, isn't it? And I thought I didn't want to become part of the petty bourgeoisie. But then the house got a bit too big, to be honest with you. We couldn't cope. I mean, she was struggling with the West Wing, you know. The East Wing was a state. I said, all right, we'll get a cleaner. Okay. So we went and got a cleaner. She's a lovely lady. I have to tell you at this point, she's from abroad, all right? She's from abroad. We're not quite sure where. We don't pry. She likes to come on a Friday, right? My wife makes herself scarce on a Friday, leaving me to deal with the cleaner, right? Every Friday I get this. Okay, so she comes in, I make her a nice cup of coffee, and I go back in the kitchen on the laptop. She likes to start upstairs. Then I get this all of a sudden. She's by the kitchen door. Mecca! You know where coffee for the shower? I've got one shot at this before I'm going to start to sound like a racist, because I keep saying, what, sorry, what? I turn to her and go, work up a bottle of shower? She says, yes. Then I have to pretend I'm thinking about it. Work up a bottle of shower, work up a bottle of shower. Work up a bottle of shower, work up a bottle of shower. Work up a bottle of shower. Wakafapo ahilaba. Wakafapo ahilaba. Wakafapo ahilaba. Where did Kathy put the sillet bag? Yes! Yay! Wakafapo ahilaba. So it's in the bathroom cabinet, top right-hand side, probably.
Playing days are over anyway. I sorted my life out in the late 80s. Met a very nice girl, proper middle class. She's been skiing and everything. And about 4 years ago, we were together 6 years. We were making love, right? Making love. She said, I want a baby. I want a baby. I said, well, if you come off the pill, I'll start leaving it in, right? So, started leaving it in. Child came along, was created. My wife, quite a middle class woman, she said, after a few months, she said, I'm losing my identity. She said, losing my identity. I said, have you finished your cleaning? Comes up there, you've got a cleaner. Everyone's got a cleaner now. Poor people have got cleaners. So, she went back to work, leaving me to bring the child up. So I'm pushing him along the street in his £500 pram. which I resented initially. Then I got involved in a race in Summerfields. Oh, no, she turns on the tanner. Some idiot in a £200 buggy tried to cut me up. I said, come on, mate, there's a monkey's worth of Pramet coming through here. Shouldn't you be in Icelands with that thing? I'm not a snob. I mean, we're not a snob, but we did buy an overpriced house to store the baby in. You know what I mean? In a nice area. And my wife went back to work, so she said, it's the thing about having children is it is a bit tedious because you get up early with them. You get up about 6:30. By about 7:30, you're running out of ideas, right? So the government say, not too much telly, not too much telly. They don't know what they're talking about. He loves a bit of telly. Never once has this little boy turned to me and gone, there's nothing on, Dad. So I put him by the telly, right? He's watching Thomas the Tank Engine. I'm reading about the budget deficit, which is very high, as we know. And you should be more worried about it. He's watching Thomas, I'm reading the paper. He's watching Thomas, I'm reading the paper. Suddenly, I'm watching Thomas. 2 years later, I'm a massive fan of Thomas. I've got to know the trains again, haven't I? Their little personalities, you know. You think, oh, Toby's turned up. This will be a blinder, this will. Toby's turned up. No, because where he's like he's not a proper diesel or a steamy, and he's square, he plays up a bit, you know? So you're guaranteed a good episode with Toby. Now, the worst thing about having children, you're thoroughly enjoying an episode of Thomas. The little boy looks up at me and thinks, he's enjoying himself a bit. I'm not having that. I think I'll go off and top myself, all right? So he goes and gets in the oven. Keep me on my toes, and you have to go, hot, hot, hot! Hot, hot, hot! And you miss the end of Thomas. It ruins the rest of your day. Ruins it. It gnaws away at you. You think, how did that end? I was like, and it's not the sort of show you can just pop down the pub that night and start asking about, you know what I mean? Like saying to people, I don't suppose you saw Thomas this morning, did you? They brought the orchestra over, right, to play out the Fate, the So Dar Fate. They've only sent Percy to pick them up, haven't they? I don't know what the Fat Controller's thinking about sometimes. I really don't. We know it's a job for Gordon, don't we? Possibly Henry at a push. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been absolutely lovely. Thank you very much. Enjoy listening to reading. Thank you. Thank you.
Often my wife will make a decision with no consultation. She just does it. She came in about a year ago. She said, by the way, we're going camping next year. I said, oh, fuck off, will ya? Sort of a moron goes camping. Apparently the lower middle classes again, yeah. Yeah, let's go and live like refugees for a week. That'll be fun. There's a reason houses are so popular. Bathroom, telly, bed, kitchen. Oh no, let's give all that up and go and live like homeless people, shall we? We sleep on this mattress that keeps going down, keeps flattening, and you lay there, you wake up in the morning, your face is pushed against earth, the light comes in early, spiders crawling all over you. After a couple of days, you're just broken, you're just walking about. You're doing that hospital walk, you know that hospital? All your hair's matted to you, like, you stink of smoke and sweat, you know. You get an old sleeping bag and put it around your shoulders, you just start wandering around the camp. You see another camp over there, I'll go over to that other camp. You go, hello, hello, We've run out of gas bottles on our camp. Any chance of a cup of tea? Can I have one of them club biscuits, please? If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, you're the man. Well done. That was good, people. The best so far. Now, things get so bad that rumours start to spread that there's going to be a Waitrose airdrop. UNICEF have called in Waitrose. Yeah, there's going to be quinoa. Quinoa's turning up. There's going to be artichokes, mas, a Chilean red. It's hell. To add insult to injury, right, a couple of days before we left, my wife pulled me to one side. She said, babe, we're just going to mark your card. There'll be no rumpy-pumpy on the camping holiday, okay? Put it out of your mind, it's not going to happen. I turned and said, what, you're going to be on the blob, are you? Of course I did, and what sort of man says that in 2017? Are you going to be on the blob? It wasn't that long ago. You heard it all the time. Men would come in the pub looking a little bit exasperated. Pooh, I've had to get out the house. She's got the fucking painters in indoors. We having some decorating done? No, she's on the blob, her indoors. She's fucking driving me mental. You young girls don't realise how lucky you are to have these lovely modern boyfriends, caring, understanding. Yeah, they'll be in the pub having a drink and suddenly they say, look, I have to go. My partner's menstruating. The least I can do is be there with her during this dark, dark time. I've told her it's not her period, it's our period. Okay, share it with me, sister. Yeah, I keep her supplied with paracetamol and hot water bottles. She's allowed to verbally abuse me whenever she likes. She can punch me on the back of the head if that helps out. Yeah, as long as I'm there with her. No, I didn't say that you're going to be on the blob. I said, no, babe, no sex on the holiday. So she said, no, it's the least romantic holiday in the world, putting out of your mind. I thought, this is a challenge. She wants me to serenade around the campfire. I'll make a flute out of a twig. She can kill with a smile, she can woo with her eyes. And she'll carelessly cut you and laugh while you're dying. But she's always a woman to me. Anyway, it didn't happen. This is what happened. Second night, right? Sex ban, apparently. I wake up. I'm laying here. My wife's opposite me. She's crouched over like this, right? It's about 4 in the morning. The first bit of light's coming in. She's like that, right? And she's got a long white plastic bag hanging between her legs. It's called a shiwi or a travel john, right? So there's various names. She's not sure if I'm awake or not, right? But she's looking to see if I am. The thing is, I am. So for about a minute, she stared at me while she filled this bag up with piss. And I was staring at her, and it was getting fatter and fuller, and her legs started going where she started swinging in my face, this big bag of piss. I said, babe, I don't know if we're ever going to have sex again. I can't get this piss bag out my mind. But I went back out on the dating scene. You look very sophisticated, madam, if you don't mind me saying. You look very, my cup of tea, you are. You look a bit posh and a bit dirty.
Best combo in the business. No, you don't look posh. That was a cheap shot. Cheap shot. You look very sophisticated, madam. Have you got an education, if you don't mind me asking? No, how far did you get in your education, if you don't mind?
Boots.
Boots? OK. How high up are you in boots? Consultant? See, I told you you look like quality. You know what the shop thing? What do you mean? Now you ain't got none, fuck off. You're in the back room. Talking about what boots can sell. Consulting people. I've been consulted myself. Very pressurised. Because it all changed when I went back out on the dating scene. The packer band, no longer required. All you had to do was listen. By the mid-90s, women wanted to be listened to, and you had to listen. You had to have a listening face. But women will exploit your listening face if you get too good at it. Because they have these little break-off conversations, little branch-offs, because you're just trying to stay focused, you're listening. And suddenly she says, oh, you know, Claudia, in work, she's having real problems with her line manager at the moment. And you're like, in what world? In what realm of fantasy did you think I would have any interest in your friends' problems at work with a line manager? What do you want from me here? What am I bringing to the table, sister? I don't... Is it anger you're looking for? Oh, you're joking! Those line managers, you want me to go down there and sort it out? Don't get involved, she's gone to a tribunal. And women didn't have to worry about their reputation as much then, thank the Lord, that's all changed. If they fancy you, they'll say, look, shut up, take me home, I'm going to sleep with you, relax yourself. And you go home and you sleep with it, it's fantastic. You wake up in the morning, you're a bit dishevelled, it's all happened a bit quick. Nice. The worst thing has happened of all, though, you know, because you've forgotten her name in the hurrah. And I'm a bit old-fashioned. I think if you've chomped on someone's carpet, you should remember their name, you know what I mean? Call me old-fashioned. So I want to show a bit of respect, so I creep downstairs, look through the post. Crafty Cockney. The Cockney's very crafty. There used to be a dart player, Eric Bristow, used to call himself the Crafty Cockney. And I used to look at this and think, well, how crafty can you actually be as a dart player? Did he try and get away with throwing 4 darts or something? A 240! Hold on a minute, Eric. Clues in the name, clues in the name. So, looking through the posts, see if we can find her name here. Oh, I can't call her the occupier. That would be a bit cold, wouldn't it? Walk back in the morning. Morning, occupier! Damn good show last night, old girl. But I'm still a bit old school. If I've slept with someone, I think it's entitled to go out in the week, maybe. After work, you don't want to wreck your weekend. After work, safe, innit? Pizza Express, not the hut. Women don't like the hut on the first date. Not enough glamour for them. Got to be express, marbling table, flower. Suddenly she's thinking, this guy's okay. I think he's potential boyfriend, this one. Well, I did shag him a bit lively. Better clear it up. So halfway through the 4 seasons, you get, listen, don't normally sleep with men as quickly as I happen to have slept with you. And I'm like, relax, homeowner. Relax. I don't always shout out during sex. You love it, you slag, you love it. Let's just say we've got off to a bit of a shaky start. Let's have another bruschetta. That's a disappointment and all, isn't it? The bruschetta. I ordered one the other day. It's a bruschetta, mate. Oh, my friend, it's a bruschetta. I said, it's £8.50 for tomato on toast. Now fucking go and get it. Mind you, that is one of the nice things of going to Spain, isn't it? Dogs are still fairly low down on the social scale in Spain. In the UK, they're now in charge. I grew up when dogs were sort of fairly low down. This is what people used to do in the 70s. They'd get a dog for Christmas. There's no other part to that sentence. They got it for Christmas. They'd say to you, we're getting a dog for Christmas. Yeah. And they'd buy the dog for Christmas, and when it grew up a little bit, they just opened the front door, chucked it out. Consequently, the estate I grew up on, hundreds of dogs just walking about. They just used to walk about with us. All right. Can I hang about with you? Yeah, come on then. And they used to shit everywhere, didn't they? We had a little patch of grass in front of our estate, a little patch of grass. And it said on the wall, no ball games. Oh, but the dog can have a clear out. The caretaker's telling us, get off the grass, he's saying, get off the grass. The dogs look at him. Oh, mate, you all right? I'm trying to have a shit on there. I nearly got hit by a penalty, you know. But you want to play on the grass, don't you? It's more dramatic. You say, come, we'll play on the grass. Short passes, continental. We'll play round the shit. And you go in for a slide tackle, and you end up with shit the full length of you. And you have to go home. Mum, I've got shit on me trainer again. And some in me ear. She stands you in the bath with that handheld shower thing, spraying you down, that bit of rubbish from Woolworths. And suddenly you're roasting hot, you're burning up. Mum, ain't enough getting hot, shut up. Oh, blimey, it's come off the cold. It's always coming off the cold. You walk about with shit burnt into you for the next couple of days. There was a certain man in the 70s who would just boot a dog. He felt it was his right to boot a dog. If he was having a bad day, you'd see him come out of the betting shop. You can fuck off and all. See the dog. Every flat I've ever lived in, every house I've ever lived in, always a barking dog next door. It seems like the thickest people in the world go and get a dog, don't they? Oh, I've got nothing going on, I can barely cope with myself. I'll go and get a dog, I reckon. And they go out and then the dog barks all day and you go around there in the evening and you say, you know, the dog's barking all day long. Yeah, he's protecting the ass. And you look over their shoulder and you think, oh, wasting his time there, isn't he? Shithole. You try protecting your ass by standing by the front door and every time someone goes past going, fuck off! Fuck off, fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! And what about when you used to go on a hot date? You'd go out on a hot date, wouldn't you? Oh, Saturday night, you met the girl the week before, Saturday night, hot date, soak in the bath, get out, talc to the max. Cover yourself in a ramis. Turn up. She opens the door, she says, I'm not really ready yet, do you want to come in? And you go in, you think, oh, they've got a dog, stinks in here. Oh, stinks. She says, do you want to sit down? You go, no, you're all right, babe, I'm all crisp. I'm all fresh and crisp. The dog comes out and looks at her. She goes, oh, you're going to stroke the dog? You go, no, you're all right. I'm all fresh and crisp, I'll give it a miss. And the dog looks at you, oh, I see. It's like that, is it? I'll sort you out, son. And he backs off a little bit, throws his leg over his head and starts licking his arsehole. And you're like, oh, I could do without this. I just had a bit of dinner. And then the worst thing happens. She comes down the stairs, she's ready now, and she says to the dog, "Oh, my little baby gonna give me a kiss before I go out, is he?" He's licking all round her mouth. And as he's doing it, he's looking at you. Oh, yeah. Who's in charge now, son, huh? Nah. I think that dogs start to think they were in charge once we started picking the shit up after them. Twisted their little minds, wasn't it, walking over the park? Pick that up. Look lively, I can feel another one brewing. Did you bring enough carrier bags with you? That winner lot's gone right through me, it has. Put it